Hi, this is Ajay Anand and welcome to Science Classes from excelup.com. In this video, you will learn about electromagnetism, that is, magnetic effect of electric current. You will learn about magnetic field and field lines, about corkscrew rule, that is the rule about the electromagnetism. Then you will learn about circular loop and solenoid and their effect as far as magnetic field is concerned. You will learn about electromagnetic induction. Then you will learn about the structure and working of electric motor and electric generator. Let us start with magnetic field. In your previous classes, I think in class 6th, you must have read about magnets. So let us recall some key points about magnets. A magnet has two poles. If you suspend a bar magnet with a thread and allow it to come to rest, then the magnet always points to north and south direction. So there are two poles. The north pole is also called the north seeking pole and south pole is also called the south seeking pole. Another property is that like poles, they repel each other. So when two magnets, similar poles, they are brought to close to each other, they will repel each other, and unlike poles, they attract each other. Now, magnetic field is the area up to which the magnetic attraction works. So magnetic field is stronger near the magnet and it becomes weaker when we go far from the magnet. Magnetic field can be represented by magnetic field lines, and the field lines, they are imaginary lines to represent the magnetic field. The magnetic field lines, they appear as concentric line. So they will appear as maybe parallel when they are straight, and they originate from the north pole and go to the south pole of the magnet. Inside the magnet, they originate from the south pole and end in the north pole. So no two field lines intersect each other, because if that be the case, then there will be a change in direction, and which is not true, because the direction of magnetic field line, that will always remain from north to south outside the magnet, and from south to north inside the magnet. Okay. Now all of you know that magnet exerts some magnetic force on magnetic objects. That is why the magnet attracts iron nails or all pins and other things. Now in this chapter, we will study about the magnetic effect of electric current. There was a scientist by the name of Hans Christian Ørsted, who for the first time demonstrated that a conductor which is carrying electric current, it has its own magnetic field, and he was able to prove it by bringing a magnetic compass needle closer to the conductor, and he could see deflection in the magnetic compass. So now we can repeat that experiment to see how does the magnetic field behave. So there are two circuits. Okay, there is a compass magnet. This is the positive terminal, this is the negative terminal of the battery. So the current is flowing in this direction, in clockwise direction. So if this is a north, this is south, this is east and west, then in this wire the current is flowing from north to south. And what happens because of this? There is a deflection in the compass because of magnetic field generated by the current carrying conductor, and the deflection is towards the east. Now let us see what happens when the direction of the current is reversed. So now the positive terminal, it comes here, and the negative terminal comes here, so that the direction of the current is from south to north in this wire. So in this case, the deflection in the magnetic compass needle is towards the west. So this shows that the change of current has a particular effect on the magnetic compass. That means the direction of magnetic field, because of current carrying conductor, it will depend on the direction of electric current. And to establish the direction, a rule was proposed, that is called the right hand rule, or it is also called the Maxwell's corkscrew rule. So keep your the right thumb straight and wrap the remaining fingers around your palm. Okay. So now, if the direction of the thumb, it shows the direction of electric current, then the direction of wrapping of your fingers shows the direction of magnetic field. Similarly, in case of corkscrew rule, this is the direction of the movement of corkscrew, and because of this movement, the screw moves in this direction. So now the direction of movement of screw is same as the direction of electric current, and the circular motion direction of screw is the direction of the magnetic field. Okay. Now, till now I talked about straight conductor which was carrying current. Now, what about if the conductor is turned into a loop? So the wire is twisted to make a loop. So this becomes a circular loop. So let us see what happens. This will also follow the same rule, that is the right hand rule or corkscrew rule. So this is the positive terminal and this is the negative terminal. So the direction of current is in this direction. Okay. So what happens at the bottom of at the top of the loop, the direction of magnetic field will be clockwise, and at the bottom it will be anti-clockwise. Okay. At the center of the loop, the magnetic field lines, they will appear as straight lines, and they will be almost parallel to each other. The magnetic field, it will be stronger at the center. Now, there is another thing that is called solenoid. Solenoid is nothing but a series of circular loops. So when a coil of insulated wire is made over a cylindrical structure, then this structure is called a solenoid. So here we have so many loops wrapped around a cylindrical structure, and this is called solenoid. Solenoid will also behave like an electromagnet, because once the electricity is produced, the electric current flows through the coil, it will produce a magnetic field. Here also the same rule applies, that is the right hand rule. So at the center of the solenoid, the magnetic field lines, they will appear as straight lines parallel to each other, and at top and bottom they will appear as concentric circles, right? Now, since this will behave as a bar magnet, so there must be a north pole and a south pole for this magnet. Okay. So remember this, you need to remember a rule that is called a clock face rule. There are two rules. One of the rules says that if the clock faces towards you and the direction of the current is anti-clockwise, then the face towards you is the north pole of the magnet. So how to remember this? Write the letter N and mark arrows over these points. Okay. Now the direction to which the arrows are showing, it is anti-clockwise. Okay, and that is same as the direction of electric current. In this case, write the letter S and make arrow symbols here and here. So now the arrows, they point towards clockwise direction. So if the direction of electric current is clockwise, then the face towards you is the south pole. Okay. Till now I talked about the magnetic effect of current in a conductor. Now what happens if a current carrying conductor is put in a magnetic field? So there must be some interaction also. Okay. So it was Michael Faraday who demonstrated that a magnetic field also has effect on a current carrying conductor. So this is a rod, this is attached to wires, and the wires are connected to battery and key. Okay. So the current is flowing through this. Now a horseshoe magnet is brought in a way so that the rod is within the magnetic field. So what happens? There is a deflection in this rod. This happens because this magnetic field is putting some influence on the current carrying conductor. Now if we reverse the magnetic field so that the north pole goes here and the south pole comes here, then the direction of deflection changes. So this shows that the direction of motion depends on the direction of magnetic field and direction of electric current. To explain this, there is a law called Fleming's left hand rule. So put your left hand in a way that your index finger, ring finger and thumb, they are in mutually perpendicular direction, so that they make the three axes, that is x, y and z axis. Okay. So if the index finger is showing magnetic field, middle finger is showing the direction of current, then the thumb is showing the direction of motion. Now the device which works on this concept, that is the concept of Fleming's left hand rule, is electric motor. Electric motor is composed of a rectangular coil that is called armature, which is attached to a split ring commutator and that is connected to a battery. This rectangular coil is put into a magnetic field. Okay. So what happens when electric current flows through this coil? The current will pass from A to B in this direction. Okay. So now, since the direction of field is from north to south, this portion of coil moves up, and this portion of the coil CD, it will move down. So it will make half a turn. Once half a turn is completed, the movement of current in CD is now from D to C, and here from B to C. So the coil will move another half turn, and this will continue, resulting in rotation of the coil. Now this coil is connected to a shaft, and the shaft can be connected to any device, for example the blade of a ceiling fan or the blades of mixer grinder or anything, and that is how the electric motor works. So it's as simple as that. Now I will talk about induction or electromagnetic induction, that is induction of electric current because of magnetism. Okay. So to understand this, we need to conduct two experiments. This is a solenoid or a coil, and this is attached to a galvanometer. So take a bar magnet and move this bar magnet towards the coil. So once it will move towards the coil, you will observe a deflection in galvanometer. This happens because the movement of bar magnet, it causes some changes in electrical field in this coil. Now when you will move this bar magnet away from the coil, then also you will observe a deflection, that will be in opposite direction. Okay. So the motion of this magnet relative to this coil induces some current, and that is called electromagnetic induction. Or you can say that the motion of a coil and a magnet relative to each other, so either of them can move. Okay. It induces an electric current in the conductor, and this phenomenon is called the electromagnetic induction. Now there is another experiment with some change. So there are two coils. One of the coils, it is attached to battery terminals, and another coil is attached to a galvanometer. Okay. Now if you switch on the circuit over here, you will observe a momentary deflection in galvanometer. If you will switch off this, then also there will be a momentary deflection in galvanometer. So a change in electric field over here will cause some change in magnetic field in this conductor, and this will induce current in the second coil. Okay. To explain this, there is a law called Fleming's right hand rule. So now put your right hand in a way that your thumb, index finger and middle fingers, they are in mutually perpendicular direction. So they are making x, y and z axis. So if the index finger is pointing towards magnetic field, thumb is pointing towards the motion, then the middle finger points towards the direction of the induced current. So what is similar in both the rules, that is left hand rule and right hand rule, is that in both the rules the index finger shows the direction of the magnetic field, middle finger shows the direction of electric current, and the thumb shows the direction of motion. The electric generator, it works on this concept, the concept of Fleming's right hand rule or electromagnetic induction. The structure of electric generator is more or less similar to that of electric motor. So here is a magnet, and here is a rectangular coil A, B, C, D. There are two rings, so that is the difference, one difference. And these two rings are connected to the wires, and the wires, they are not exactly attached, but they are just touching the rings with the help of brushage. Okay, so that the wires can remain stationary. Okay, now what happens when the coil is moved because of physical energy or mechanical energy? Say the coil AB moves up. Okay, so now since this movement is within a magnetic field, so there will be induction of current in this coil. Okay, so at half a turn the current will be in this direction, and in the next half turn the direction of the current will be reversed. So in case of a generator, the direction of current, it changes after every half turn, and that is why this current is called alternating current. To make it a direct current, you need to put a split ring commutator instead of these rings, and that will make it a direct current, and that is how the electric generator works. Okay, so I talked about the magnetic field and field lines. I talked about the magnetic effect of a current carrying conductor, a straight conductor, a loop, and then about a solenoid. Then I talked about the effect of magnetic field on a current carrying conductor, which was explained by Fleming's left hand rule, and the electric motor works on that rule. After that, I talked about electromagnetic induction, which could be explained by Fleming's right hand rule, and electric generator works on that rule. So that's all for this lesson. Thank you.